page 10. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Join us. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom.
Does it mean? Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Wow. It's amazing actually standing here. This is not I'm just telling you what's striking me in this moment. We are here for such radically different reasons. Such incredibly divergent, opposite reasons. You know, many of us are celebrating a bat mitzvah. Many of us are mourning the loss of a wife and sister and mother and aunt. Many of us are here because it's our children's FaceTime. You know, children growing our souls and growing our Jewish identity. So,
And some of us are here just because it's Shabbat.
and some of yeah. Good point. Beautiful point. It's true. There's so many reasons to be here. So I just am feeling that. So I wanted to say it. And I also want to tell you that I think Shabbat, you know, you could finish that sentence in 1,000 different ways. I think Shabbat is about, right, literally, you know, there's no limit to the ways to finish that sentence. Tonight I'm going to say Shabbat is about letting go. And there's two reasons why I'm thinking about it in this way. First of all, I want to tell you that on April 15th of the year 2000, I got married.
Tax day.
How romantic.
I got married on April 15th. You were like, Mayor, what are you talking about? This is really it's not your wedding. Nice, good point, Alex. She was there. Yep, we shared a chuppah. And for all of us men, the suit that I wore under the chuppah was this suit. The year 2000.
You may recognize it. He's worn it every Friday night since then.
Well, it's true. It's true. I've worn this suit almost every Friday night that I have led Shabbat services since the year 2000. And about a month or three ago, I decided, come Adina's bat mitzvah, it'll be time to retire the suit. So this is the retirement moment of this suit. So I'm letting go of the suit.
Not of the marriage.
Not of the definitely not of the marriage. The marriage is stronger and more loving than ever, and that's an incredible thing. Okay, there's one more reason I'm thinking about letting go. I want to tell you a little story that is a story that's told by Doug Adams. Do you know Doug Adams? Some of you know Doug Adams, even if you don't realize you do. He was the author of the book. Alec, there you go. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Exactly. Hitchhiker's Guide. So Doug, I saw this story recently, and I just think it's a great story. So the year was not 2000. The year was 1976, and he was. It's good. Help me. I need a lot of it. He was in a train station in Cambridge, England, and he was a few minutes early, and he sits down at a little, I've never been to the train station in Cambridge, some of you may have, sits down at a place, buys a cup of coffee, a newspaper, and a little, bag of cookies. Another perfectly normal-looking man sits down across the table from him. He's got a suit on, and when Douglas Adams sits down, he puts his things down, and within a couple, seconds, moments, this man sitting across the table picks up the bag of cookies, opens it, takes one, puts the cookies back down right in front of him. And he's kind of like, what do I do? Do I scream uncontrollably? The way Adams tells it is that if this happened in some neighborhoods, it would be a serious problem. So he's kind of stunned. He doesn't know what to say. He says nothing, and in a couple moments, he takes a cookie himself, and that's fine. And he's thinking, okay, maybe I can relax now. After he takes the cookie, though, his first cookie, the man across the table takes a second cookie. And this goes on until this bag of cookies is fully eaten. There's about 8 cookies. So that's the number of cookies in the bag. And Douglas Adams is like stunned that this guy is doing this. And so, still wondering what to say, it turns out a couple minutes later the man is ready to get up. Man from across the table, he stands up, collects his stuff, walks away. Douglas Adams is relieved, very relieved that there was no, blow-up, explosion. So 3 minutes later, he sees that his train is coming, downs his coffee, stands up, puts his coat on, picks up his newspaper, and sees his bag of cookies. Shabbat is about, what's Shabbat about? Letting go. You can figure out the rest.
So, in celebration of tomorrow evening's bat mitzvah, we call it the Hochstein family. Come on,
Yes.
Sarah.
Come on, Sarah. Get
And
your
your
little
brother, who was substantially shorter at his bar mitzvah.
Your little brother.
And standing behind our
almost,
candlesticks that we use every Shabbat, we have some extraordinary, beautiful, more antique candlesticks. And some of us in this room have heard this incredible story, but for those who haven't, do you want to just say 2 words? Sorry.
Alex, my husband's grandparents are survivors of the Holocaust, and 40 years after Alex's grandfather went back to his town in Poland, and the house he lived in was a telephone company. And he got permission he had remembered that his parents had buried some stuff in the basement of the house, and so he went back and he had some people help him, and they dug and they didn't find anything, and then they went to another location, and long story short, they found 3 sets of candlestick holders, a spice box, and what was the other thing they found? So anyway, they had 3 children. My mother-in-law was one, and she has 2 brothers, and each child got a set of candlesticks. So we use them for all the holidays, and it's just an amazing story. And Alex's grandparents, his grandmother will be 90 in December, and she's there. It's a really great, special things that we can always cherish.
Thank you. Incredible. Okay, so for the blessing, we're on page 2.
You'll be fine. First we light and then we bless. You can use 2 hands. You're young. You can see it. Your dad is so funny. Nice. You did it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzotav v'tzivanu lehalak ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Beautiful. Come down.
We'll continue with Kabbalat Shabbat on page 17 with Romamu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho.
Page 19, towards the bottom, those last two lines. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai will give strength to his people, will give strength to each other, and we will be blessed with peace.
Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo. Adonai yivarech et amo. Vashalom. Adonai yivarech et amo. Vashalom. Vashalom. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo.
Lecha Dodi, we welcome the bride on page 20.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shem ol tiferet v'litila lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Second paragraph.
Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor מלאכה מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Last paragraph for all who want to rise.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. הללויה, 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 הללויה.
So we take a moment now to say Shabbat Shalom to each other. Maybe the people you've come with a little kiss or a hug. Maybe someone you don't know. We actually could get up and cross the aisle. Yes, it can happen. And say Shabbat Shalom to anyone, just reaching out for a little personal touch.
And if you can hear us on the live stream, Shabbat Shalom to you.
Shabbat Shalom for those watching online. We're glad you're with us.
A lot of waving, some high-fiving. This is great. Rachel got up. This is great. Right. All right. Shall we?
24. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Aleinu is on page 20. Baruch Hu is on page 28.
We're
We
getting
rise.
started.
It's been a long week.
Ya la 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 la, ya la la
Towards the bottom of 31.
This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Page 32.
Avat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shochbeinu u'b'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, אורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה, אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני
Be seated as we continue on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Bottom of 39, responsively.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing at the shores of the sea. Page 40, Mi Chamocha. Hashkivenu is on page 42, our prayer for nighttime protection, acknowledging that peace is like a sukkah, precious and very fragile. Hashkivenu 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'ha'amidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'ha'amidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen.
Vishamru is on page 44, song of being Shomer Shabbat, guarding the Sabbath, carving it out as sacred time. And as we offer these words, maybe you can be setting an intention for yourself, because Sabbath rest isn't couch potato rest. It's not Netflix rest. It's intentional rest. So what is some way that you can step into Shabbat in the next 24, 25 hours to create that sacred boundary of presence that is menucha, that is the restoration of the soul? Vishamru 44.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael od hi le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et haaretz. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
The Amidah is on page 46. We rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Ponei Achol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umino melach, והחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך אתה
We continue on with our own silent prayers, seated or standing, as is your comfort or custom. We'll meet up again on page 62.
Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru
now turn to page 253 as we bring into our hearts and minds and voices the names of those in need of healing. If you're comfortable doing so, you can say those names aloud as we make eye contact with you passing through the aisles. The names of anyone in need of any form of healing. Page 253, Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha La'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So before I start with my story/sermon tonight, I must say, our hearts are so overflowing with joy for all the love that was just showered on us this past Shabbat with Adina's bat mitzvah, and we can coast on that for another 50 decades. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing it with us and lifting us up in a chair and otherwise. So this week we're at Parshat Toldot, and it's a Torah portion that deals with lies and truth-telling. It's the one in which, the famous one, in which Jacob dupes his dad and steals his brother's blessing. And it's also a Torah portion that deals with power, because all this blessing stealing is really about who's going to get the power, which brother. And those themes of truth-telling and power, how we use our power as human beings and as men, those are subjects that are in the air in our nation this week. And so I will address them through a story straight from the Tanakh, the story of David and Bathsheba. And it's one that probably many of you know well. But perhaps as we hear it this Shabbat, it can have a different resonance, a deeper resonance. And for those that aren't familiar with it, who knew Tanakh could be so racy? Okay. So, David. This is especially for our FaceTime families. What do we know about King David? But anyone can say anything. What do we know about King David? Anything. You don't have to raise hands. Shout it out. Gingy. He had red hair. He played on his harp. He calmed people down. He was a musician. We get the hallelujah. When we sing that, we're singing his psalms. Anything else about him? Oh, he slew Goliath. He was a warrior. He wrote psalms. He was a king. He was a king. David, that's Jerusalem. He danced the Ark of the Covenant into Jerusalem. There's, a lot to be said about him. A big, powerful dude. Even the great, 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 great grandfather of the Messiah, some say. So, although he was a warrior, for a while there when we were fighting the Ammonites, David was like, I'm not going to go to the front. I'm going to chill at the palace. Starry night, he's looking up at the sky, and then he looks down, and lo and behold, a beautiful woman on a rooftop. Jerusalem is built instead of going down. He looks down, he sees her, he wants her. And what the king wants, the king gets. She happens to be Uriah's wife, but whatever, just details. She comes to the palace. Fade out. Then she goes back, and there he is. He's going along the next day. And then a few days later, he gets word from Bathsheba that she's in a family way. She's going to have a child. He's thinking, what am I going to do now? So he calls to Joab, the big commander who's on the front with all the soldiers, and he says, will you get Bathsheba's husband Uriah? Will you send him my way? So Uriah comes. And he makes small talk for a while. He starts, how's it with the soldiers, the enemies? What's going? He hears all about all the combat. He says, Uriah, you've been away from your wife, from home for a long time. Why don't you just go take a break and go home tonight? It might be time to start a family. Just go, enjoy. But Uriah, he's very nice. He says goodbye, but he doesn't go back home. On a very simple mat, he just sleeps outside the palace, sleeps there all night. And King David hears about this, and the next day he says, Uriah, what's up? I said, go home. He said, well, I can't go back and enjoy the comforts and joys of my home. My fellow soldiers are out being killed, out in the open. They're vulnerable. I can't do it. So David says, stay another night. And he gives him even better food this night and wonderful strong wine. And he says, now, go home, go home. Again. Uriah doesn't go back. Sleeps outside with the servants. Whatever. David says, back to the battlefield with you. Off you go. But he sends him with a little letter for Joab, the commander. So Uriah dutifully takes the letter, gives it to his commander, who opens it. And the letter says, Uriah, why don't you send him to the very front lines where the fighting is really, really fierce? We'll see what happens. So Joab doesn't feel that good about doing such a thing, so he surrounds him with some pretty strong men, but he sends him up there, and it's really a terrible battle, and a lot of people die, and among them is Uriah. So a messenger goes back to King David, saying, many have fallen, Uriah is dead. And King David says to the messenger, go tell Joab, don't worry about it. Battle is a messy thing. Good people die, bad people die. Let the cookie crumble as it does. Bye. And so all seems to go well. Bathsheba mourns for her husband, is taken back into the palace, has a child. Happily ever after, right? Not quite. God's not so happy with King David. What are some of the reasons why God might not be happy with King David? Yes. Yeah, he put someone else in danger to make someone else feel happy. Yeah.
Like in the beginning, he did nothing while everyone was fighting.
He wasn't even he was sort of standing back from the battle. just taking care of his own needs. Yes, Mr. Hirsch. He committed adultery, one of the big 10 right up there over the ark. He actually did a number of those. He undid a number of those. Yes.
Basically just killed someone, no regards for them, their family life, anything about that. He basically just killed him.
Beautiful. So, God is very upset, and when you're very upset with someone and you're God, there's a lot of different things you can do. One thing you can do is send a prophet. So Nathan got sent in. That is not an easy job. He has to speak to the most important person in the land. And so what he does is he decides to tell him a story. He says, "Mighty king, I want to tell you a story of two neighbors. One was a very, very rich man, and he had tons of sheep. And the other was a poor man. He had just one little lamb. But he loved that lamb. He raised her from when she was little. He would even let the lamb drink from his cup. Kind of nasty, but he loved that lamb. He would sleep with the lamb. It was like his daughter. He loved the lamb. And then some big traveler came through and visited the rich guy, because that's what, he always had all these guests coming through. And the rich guy wanted to make a nice lamb stew. Didn't want to use any of his own sheep. Plucked the little lamb. Made the stew. David heard this story. He said, "Is there someone in my kingdom? Have him be killed instantly. He should pay 4 times over for that lamb." What do you think Nathan said? Ata ha'ish. That's you, kingy. Very interesting. He did this privately, when you think about how critique goes on in our country. Anyway, so David is silent. And Nathan says, "You know what? All those things you did in private are going to happen in public now. All those things that you did to others is going to happen to you, but it's going to happen in public. And that child is not going to live very long." And David says, "Chatati ladonai." I have sinned before God. So in this time when we are thinking about power and how we use it, and truth and how we say it, I think it's important for us to remember that King David is not excised from the story. He's still in there. The great-granddaddy of the Messiah. We keep him in there because the Tanakh is full of regular people like us. But he said, "Chatati ladonai." He admitted it. And so let's hold those words with us as we step forward into the coming weeks and think about truth-telling and honor in the public sphere. We rise for Aleinu. Finally, not at the beginning of the service, but now. On page 282.
ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגור עלינו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא
287
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Please be seated. As always, we remember loved ones before concluding. If I read the name of a loved one you're here remembering, please rise as you do hear the name. We remember, first of all, Judith Lauren Gutman, Judy Gutman. Whole family is here. Wife of Danny, mother of Robert, Janine, Michelle, Nicole, Brad, Jason, Erica, grandma of Olivia and Hannah and Shane, Sabrina, sister of our dear president, Ron and Sharon, Lois and Ed, Amy and Randy, aunt of Matthew and David, Adam, Evan, Jennifer, Danielle, and Amanda. We also remember Gerald Berman, husband of Sheila, father of David, Andy, and grandfather of Noah and Eliza. We remember as well Lionel Wittert, dear friend of Linda Goldenberg. We remember Edward Smith, stepfather of Cheryl Oken and grandfather to Josh. All of these loved ones buried this past week. Remember as well those laid to the rest in the last 30 days, Shloshim. Remember Daniel Sterling. And the Yortzeit, the anniversary of the passing for these following loved ones. If you hear their name, you're remembering them, please rise. Mildred Storch Artsis, Gerard Asher, Herman Convesard, Michelle Galprin, Seymour Burke, Erwin Horowitz, Pamela Joseph and Rachel Joseph, Harry Lebo, Alfred Lyman, Max Stark, and Gil Tillis, and Gilbert Tillis. Did you hear me, Roger? Harry Mann, and Samuel Mostel and Rose Mostel. If you're here remembering someone whose name is not on the list who would like to rise and share their name, please feel free to do so. Dana? Anyone else? If it's your custom to rise with the mourners, please do so on page 294. 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemer Rabba, v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, v'galav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach leolam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitnaseh. Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemei, Kudisha, Brechu. Leela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushpechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'oma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all humanity. And let us say, amen. Please be seated, except for our dear President, Ron Epstein.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
To my family that's here, this is a very kissy congregation here. It's all because of the Feldman, so it's a very kissy congregation. And there's not germophobia in this place, that's for sure. So Shabbat Shalom to all of you. It's special to have my family with me today. I've been thinking a lot about Jewishness and certainly this community. Mayor touched on it a little bit earlier before, the diverse reasons that we're here. I didn't prepare anything. This is completely off the cuff. No green folder today, as you all are. No green folder, so this is off the cuff. As many of you know, it's been a long week for our family. The rituals that we share as Jews are really so beautiful. Everything from bar and bat mitzvahs to weddings to rising for the Shabbos bride in Lecha Dodi, to even saying Kaddish for a loved one. They are beautiful, beautiful rituals. But to me, being Jewish is much more than the rituals. It's about kihila. This is a subject that I touched upon at Adina's bat mitzvah last week. It's about kihila, which is community, Hebrew for community. And it's no coincidence that the Jewish people call themselves Am Yisrael, the people of Israel, as opposed to Da'at Yisrael, which is the religion of Israel, or the religion of Jews. Because we're much more than a religion. We are a nation. We are a nation of people. And within that nation, from coast to coast, throughout the diaspora and in the homeland, we made up with little communities. And within those little communities are even littler communities. And Beth-El, for example, is one of those communities. Frankly, I was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support yesterday in the morning at my sister's funeral, people showing up from the Beth-El community that never knew my sister, and there just because of support of our family. And again, yesterday afternoon and into the evening, a myriad of Beth-El members again today. I have no doubt there'll be more on Sunday. So if I ever had a question in my mind as to why I serve this community, going on 5 years now, it's because of community. It is a privilege and an honor to serve this community, and I simply wanted to say to all of you, thank you so much. So we have some very important announcements, because life does go on, and we have some wonderful things to celebrate tomorrow morning. By the way, we're missing our dear cantor, okay, who... No, we're not. Well, we are missing your voices are indeed lovely. They are lovely. There's no doubt about it.
Ellie's voice is more than lovely.
It is more than lovely. It is more than lovely. You certainly do not want to hear me sing as temple president, but your voices are in fact lovely. But our cantor's voice is extraordinary. Would that be fair? And our dear cantor Lapin is in Israel at a conference, and he will be back. When is he back? Very early Tuesday morning. So we missed him this evening. Our thank you to Shai for his musical accompaniment, as always. Shai is a super talented musician. 9:15 tomorrow morning, Torah study in the West Multipurpose Room. If any of you have not been regulars at Torah study, and I haven't been lately, and I apologize for that, but it is a wonderful experience, and I would recommend it to you. 10:30 a.m. Shabbat morning service. We're going to be celebrating with the Weissman family on the bat mitzvah of, is it Jemmy? Of Jemmy. Afternoon Havdalah service, we'll be celebrating with the Hochsteins on the bat mitzvah of Sarah. Congratulations to you folks. 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, there's the men's discussion group. Do we have any idea what the men's discussion group is talking about? We do not. We have no idea. I that's embarrassing, but I would suggest to you that they're always very, very good. So if you have the time and the interest, please show up for the men's discussion group.
I'll be at Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
What's that?
I'll be at Charlie in the Chocolate Factory with Adina.
Okay, well that's also very important. And a light breakfast will be served. Of course, it's a short week for Thanksgiving. A special thank you to a high-powered team of greeters this evening. Two past presidents, Marge Cursius and Shelley Limmer. I don't know if Frank and Leslie are here. They are. So another pair of past presidents, and we have Roger Tillis here, another past president. We have a high-powered group today. If I missed any past presidents,
Nina,
I apologize.
I think is watching online.
And there's probably a few watching online.
Nina.
Oh, Nina's watching online. Nina, of course, you cannot leave Nina out. And I know Mike Pomerantz watches from time to time from Pennsylvania, awesome. So a welcome to his as well. So to everyone, once again, from my family to yours, I want to thank you all for the outpouring of affection. This is my second family. This is my first family, and they're most important. No kidding around. They are most important. But you are a second family to all of you are a second family to me and my family. So thank you. It is an honor to serve all of you. Shabbat Shalom. Have a fantastic weekend.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, it's good now.
I just punched Ron in the face. Sorry, Ron. So before he left, Cantor Lapin selected all of our musical selections this evening, and I'm not sure what he knew, but I think our prayers for peace are always relevant. So our closing song tonight will be at the bottom of page 353. Peace. Oh yeah, we should do Kiddush first. Cantor Lapin neglected to put Kiddush on the cue sheet.
Let's all
Sarah, come on up.
We will do Kiddush and Motzi. On page 4, page 5.
Page 5.
Please rise.
This is good. Didn't put it in.
And if you're under bar bat mitzvah age, in a moment you're going to come up for motzi. So start getting ready. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon yifilanu zikaron l'maaseh
Bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'vratzon hilchatanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. Take a drink.
It's wine.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Okay. Anyone under bar bat mitzvah age, come on up. Quickly. Run.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay, someone's got to hold the plate. We're going to do motzi. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu
melech haolam hamotzi lehem min haaretz.
Take a piece. Don't be polite.
Okay.
Don't be polite.
Okay.
Did you just say
I said don't be polite.
Page 353 while they fight over the challah. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Thank you to the Limmers and Cursiuses for ushering. It'll help them if you'll bring your programs out with you. You can recycle them outside, and your Sidurim you can replace in the seat, in the holder behind the seat kind of thingy, or on the seat.